Hey everybody, it's CubeFish, and today I'm back with Strange Story Sundays. Except today we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. You see, what we're going to do today is we're going to choose like a few random props, and I have to make a story out of those props. So let's see, ATM. Let's get an ATM up in here. Alright, so we got our ATM. Whoops. The heck? What is wrong with this camera? Oh, maybe it's spawned, alright, there we go. Now let's go, let's choose another random prop. How about Bob? This will be Bob. So now we have also a Bob and an ATM. Then the last prop, I think, and I can always add more cars and props. These are just the ones I have to incorporate into the story. Then you guys in the comments below have to rate me on how I did. For the last one, I think I'm going to use a vending machine. Okay, so, whoops, there goes my controller. So, let's see what we have here. We have a crest, we have Bob, we have an ATM, and we have a drink machine that is upside down. What? Why are you upside down? Why won't you go back up? What the heck? Why is it doing this? Honestly, what are you doing, Mr. Drink Machine? Alright. Okay, I think I have an idea. Okay, so now let's get into the story. Alright, so here we have Bob. You see, Bob is he has an addiction, and it's very unfortunate, but he has an addiction to soda. So what he does is every day he goes to the ATM, and he says, "Hey, knock, knock, knock." And he knocks on the, he's like, "Hey." The ATM's like, "What?" And he's like, "Give me more money." And the ATM's like, "Alright, put in your password." So he takes his hand and he goes, boop, 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 boop. And then he puts in his password, and it goes, and it gives him some money. And then he goes over, of course, across to about 20 feet over in the mall, because he's at the mall right now. And then he's like, "Give me drinks." The drink machine's like, "Which one do you want?" And he's like, "Well, duh, I want fizzy cola." He goes, "Touch." Boop, 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 boop. And it goes, and it gives him a fizzy cola, and now he's happy, alright? Now he's all happy. And he's like, "I'm so happy, oh, happy and lucky me." But then, so he goes out to the parking lot. I said he goes out to the parking lot. So now he's in the parking lot. And so, he, So, he sees his friend, Bob, no, his name is Bob. He sees his friend, over here. And I'm just not gonna give his friend a name, because then I'll get his name all confused. Wait, what the heck? Oh. What? Oh. What? Oh. Okay. I was getting really confused right there. That's weird. Anyway, so with his friend Bob, he sees his friend Bob out in the mall parking lot, and his friend's Bob like, "Hey, you're on a diet, right?" And he's like, no, yeah. So Bob is at the mall, and he sees his friend in his Grand Marshal, and his friend goes, "Hey Bob, you're on a diet, right?" And Bob goes, "Yeah. You see, I'm not eating anything anymore. I'm not eating soda, I mean." He's not eating soda. Cause see, Bob's not really smart. And so he's like, are you sure about that? Bob's like, yeah. And he's like, then what's that in your hand? And Bob's like, oh wait, what, this? And he like, puts the soda behind his back and he's like, really? And he's like, da-da-da-da-da, force multa! Ba-ba-ba! Ba-ba-ba! Ba-ba-ba-da! And he shoves it into the lake. So Bob can't have any more drinks. Let me just remove this for lag. And so he's like, ha, now you can't have any more soft drinks. And he's like, Murr! How could this happen to me? And so he's like, but anyway, his friend says, anyway, do you want me to pick you up? And Billy's not really smart, so what he does is he just explodes his car to get the door open. Because like I said, he's not really smart. Oh wait, whoops. See, like I said, he's not too smart. And so, I mean, keep clicking the wrong things. Like I said, he's not really fun. I mean, he's not really smart. So he's like, is this button right? And he opens, and he's like, Bob, why did you do that? He's like, Bob, you're not really smart. Bob's like, oh, yes I am. Excuse me, did you just sue my smartness? He's like, yeah, I did. And then he dabs. But he still lets Billy get in. I mean, Bob. Still lets Bob get in the car. Said he lets Bob get in the car. It's just so complicated. Why can't you just be regular and work? You gotta get you all situated up. Never mind. Alright, so he accidentally falls over. And he's like, oops! But then he accidentally falls into the car somehow. Because magic. Said, can you please just work for the sake of, for the love of YouTube? Honestly. There. That kind of works. He's got his head hanging out, but whatever. And so he's like, alright, Bob, let's go home and have some milk. And he's like, did you say milk? That's not a soft drink. And he's like, yeah, I'm a friend. Friends don't let friends drink too much soda and get really fat. And so he's like, okay, fine. And so he's like, just driving around, driving home. And then all of a sudden, Bob's like, wait a minute. Because they're driving along, they pass a mall, they pass another, just a few stores. And in front of one of the stores is, bum bum bum, a vending machine. He's like, oh my gosh! Is that a vending machine? With fizzy cola? And he's like, and his friend goes, uh-oh. And he's like, oh my gosh! Is that what I think it is? And so he just starts going ballistic. He's like, stop the car, stop the car, stop the car! And so he's like, no. And so he keeps going. But Bob falls out on purpose. And he's like, fizzy cola! Must have fizzy cola! And so he goes over to the vending machine and he's like, this looks pretty, this is delicious. And he's like, beep boop boop. And he's like, and he types in his foot, he's like, beep boop 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 beep boop boop beep boop 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 boop. give me soda? And the vending machine goes, okay. But then Bob accidentally breaks the game. But that's okay, because he got his soda. And then Bob's like, I mean not Bob, his friend, Bob's friend is like, I've had enough of this nonsense. You need to get on a diet. And so he gets Bob back in his car. I said he gets Bob back in the car. Alright, just, yeah, see? Bob's in the car. Bob's in the car, right? Bob's in the car. And Bob falls off, but his friend doesn't know it. So his friend, was on vacation, and so his friend decides to drive back home. And so now, what he does is he gets, this was a rental car, and so the mechanic repairs his car, and so he can go back home. And so, he gets his so he also had a camper. So he gets his camper, and he doesn't, Bob's like at his house. So Bob's friend gets his camper, and, he just, he gets it, and he's like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go on, vacation and stuff. I mean, not on vacation, he's gonna go home. Whoops, we don't need this anymore. And so, no. Alright, so he's like, alright, I'm gonna go on vacation now, and he says, bye to Bob. But little does he know, he has definitely not seen the last of Bob. So, he's just getting his trailer all ready and everything, and so he finally is ready. He's got his trailer all ready. And, he's just now leaving, because he's got his car back, it's all repaired and everything. So he starts to leave, but just before he leaves, Bob is like, you're gonna pay for driving me away from that vending machine. I was gonna have like 5 sodas till you stopped me, and I only got 1. How dare you? How dare you? You will pay! You will pay! You will pay! And so he's like, he, gets in his trailer, and unsuspecting Bob's friend is just like, la-di-dee-dee-dee, la-di-dee-dee-dee, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. And Bob's just like, lying around in there, and he starts driving crazy, because he's like, I wonder if there's someone back there. That would be really crazy, wouldn't it? So he starts being all like, woo! And he's like, just in case there's somebody back there, even though there's not. And he's just joking with himself. But little does he know there actually is someone back there, even though he's just joking with himself. And, he's just joking around. He's like, aha. So he's on his way back home. Meanwhile, Billy's like in there like, he's doing push-ups. Bob, not Billy. And so Bob's, back there doing push-ups and stuff, because he's getting all ready to beat him up, because he wants to beat him up. Oh yeah, wait, what's that thing in the door? Is that the couch? Oh yeah, and Bob also broke the couch, because he was angry. So I think the couch is broken, right? So yeah, so he stops at a rest stop. So, they're just, they're driving along. And so he sees a nice rest stop. Just pretend this is a rest stop. And so he's just like, he just stops. He's like, alright, we're at the rest stop, and he puts his parking brake on. And he goes to refuel. And Bob, not Billy. Can't get these names right. And so he's like, bum, 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 bum. And he's like, you will pay for what you have done. So he's like, he's just like, roar! Roar! So he starts destroying the camper so he can get out and make an entrance. And he's like, roar! He's like, Bob? He's like, who do you think I am, Sportaflop? He's like, no, I did not think you were a Sporticus. It's Sportaflop! Ugh, you people do not know memes. And he's like, memes? What are memes? He's like, ugh, never mind then. I've come because you Because to beat you up. Because, you know, bad guys in, like, TV shows, they always say what they're going to do before they do it because they're idiots. He's like, I've come to... And Bob's not that smart. He's like, I've come to beat you up. Beat you up. And he starts slamming at his car because, you know, he wants to get him. He's like, roar! Roar, 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 roar! 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 You should be scared. You should be scared. You should be scared for life. And so he starts like freaking out back there. But you know what, Bob? I mean, you know what Bob's enemy actually now? It's not his friend anymore, I guess. You know what he does? He's like, nah. And so he starts driving. Because, you know, he just starts driving. And he gets up on top of the car, right? So pretend, you know, his friend's up on top of the car. And so he's just like, and he does it, and he starts kicking him, and he tries to kick him off. Why's my mouse cursor all broken? Why is my mouse all broken now? It's like all broken. Anyway, so he like stops the car and he's like, roar! But you know what happens? He's like about to beat him up, but he accidentally gets under the car, and then it tips back over, and he's like, roar! And then he's all under the car and stuff, and he's like, oh, Bob, you idiot! Why did you do that? And he's like, oops, I got run over. And so he starts breakdancing. You know, because he started breaking dancing for some reason. He's like, and then he breaks the game. The end. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment,